Helping Peter. Peter was in trouble. A few days ago, he had been pulling a heavy goods train when a point's failure sent him into a set of sidings too fast. His brakes screeched, but it was no use. With a loud crash, he plowed through some buffers and came to rest in a heap of broken timbers. The Fat Controller was very cross. "You will have to go to the works, Peter," he said. "And I hope this will teach you to be more careful." Peter felt embarrassed, but he knew the Fat Controller was right. He was soon taken away on a flatbed, leaving the yard feeling empty. Thomas missed Peter. He wanted to do something to help. As he shunted in the yard with Percy, he had an idea. "If I can find the right parts, maybe Peter can be repaired quicker," he said excitedly. Percy looked doubtful. "I don't think that's how it works, Thomas." "Nonsense," Thomas huffed. "I'll be back in no time." Without telling anyone, he puffed away from the yard, determined to help his friend. Thomas wasn't sure where to find the parts, so he wandered further than he should. He puffed down a long, unfamiliar line that ran through a deep, rocky cutting. The track was old, uneven, and overgrown. Suddenly, Thomas's wheels slipped. "Oh," he cried. The rails were loose beneath him, and before he could stop, the track gave way. With a lurch, Thomas toppled off the rails and onto his side with a loud crash. Dust and stones flew everywhere. "Oh dear," he groaned. He was stranded in the middle of nowhere, with no one around to hear him. Back at the yard, Percy was worried. "Thomas should have been back by now," he said to Rowan. "I hope he's not in trouble." Rowan frowned. "I saw him heading toward the old cutting. That's a dangerous place. I'll go and look for him." With a mighty puff of steam, Rowan set off. He followed the overgrown tracks until he reached the cutting. Then he saw something blue among the rocks. "Thomas," he called. "Rowan, I'm stuck." Rowan examined the situation. "That was a silly thing to do, Thomas," he said firmly. "You should have told someone where you were going." "I just wanted to help Peter," Thomas sighed. "The best way to help is by doing as you're told," Rowan said. "Now, let's get you out of here." Rowan hurried back to fetch the breakdown train. With great effort, Thomas was lifted back onto the rails. His side was scratched, and he had lost a buffer, but he was otherwise fine. When Thomas returned to the yard, the Fat Controller was waiting. "Thomas, I am very disappointed," he said sternly. "You left the yard without permission and put yourself in danger." "I'm sorry, sir," Thomas said. "I only wanted to help Peter." "I know you meant well, but running off on your own was not the way to do it," the Fat Controller said. "You're lucky Rowan found you so quickly," Thomas sighed. He had learned his lesson. A few days later, Peter returned from the works, looking as good as new. "I heard about your little adventure, Thomas," he chuckled. "Next time, just send a postcard." Everyone laughed, even Thomas. He was happy to have Peter back, and he knew that next time, he would be much more careful.